from your news leader.
It's Tuesday afternoon and a fiery explosion is caught on camera as firefighters work to contain the blaze. Plus, the Erie County District Attorney plans to speak out about the officer-involved shooting in Girard. And your generosity going a long way today as nonprofit organizations pick up their Erie Gives checks.
Live in high definition from your news leader, this is Jet 24 Action News at Noon.
Good afternoon. I'm Elena LaQuatra. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. The Erie County District Attorney plans to release more information about an officer-involved shooting. This is new at noon. 36-year-old Matthew Orenma was shot and killed last week after what state police are calling a brief encounter. State police were called to Elk Park Road near the railroad tracks on August 23rd for reports of a suspicious man. Police say when they arrived, they had an encounter with Orenma, leading to one of the troopers to fire his gun. The Erie County coroner ruled his death a homicide, suffering a gunshot wound to the trunk. The Erie County District Attorney is planning to hold a news conference later this afternoon. Erie Fire forces 2 people out of their Fairview home overnight. First responders were called to the 1500 block of Manchester Road late Monday after reports of a fire and explosion. When fire crews arrived, they were met with fire coming from the garage and extending up to the 2nd floor. Multiple cars were also on fire.
Vehicles in the garage, there's 3 in the garage, 1 outside. They're pretty well fully involved when we got there, so any danger that they would have presented were already mitigated because they were pretty well involved.
Crews got that fire under control around midnight. The house sustained serious damage. There's no word on what may have sparked the fire. Fortunately, no injuries to report, but the Red Cross was called in to help 2 adults who lived in the home. A burning transformer sparks a dramatic scene in one Erie neighborhood, and it was all caught on camera. Firefighters were called to West 32nd Street and Pittsburgh Avenue around 8 o'clock last night. And while on scene, this transformer on fire explodes in a massive fireball. According to Erie County 911, the original call indicated arcing power lines attached to a house. It was first called in as a structure fire, but there was no fire inside any nearby buildings. A stretch of Pittsburgh Avenue was closed to traffic, but has since reopened. There's no injuries reported. 15 years ago today, pizza delivery man Brian Wells was killed in a bizarre crime. It ignited a federal investigation and gained international attention. It became known worldwide as the Erie Pizza Bomber case. It's a complex case that the FBI spent years investigating and prosecuting. Now it's part of a Netflix original series titled Evil Genius, the true story of America's most diabolical bank heist. We'll have much more on the story later tonight. A man charged with murder wants his case moved to juvenile court, even after a psychiatrist disagreed. That's J.C. McGlumphy. He's accused of shooting death of Isaiah Wiley in June of 2016. Investigators say McGlumphy fired shots into the car that the victim was driving. During a status hearing in June, the judge announced a psychiatrist did not think juvenile court would be appropriate for McGlumphy. However, the defense attorney is still calling for the case to be moved. Today, the defendant appeared in court for a decertification hearing. Both attorneys are waiting for the judge's ruling. A man charged with murdering his girlfriend appears in court on a separate charge. James Gilbert had a hearing in Erie County Court on a harassment charge. Gilbert is accused of stabbing his girlfriend in a home on Mill Street in Mill Creek on August 2nd. She later died. Gilbert's hearing on the separate case involves the same victim. The defendant pleaded not guilty to harassment. A summary trial is scheduled for September 11th. Gilbert is set to have a preliminary hearing for homicide charges on October 2nd. Erie police are still searching for answers after a 34-year-old woman was found stabbed in an apartment. It's continuing coverage this afternoon. Erie police and fire crews were called to the 1100 block of East Lake Road shortly after 9:30 Sunday morning. The woman was rushed to the hospital where she was later pronounced dead. According to police, the woman's boyfriend had returned home and found her, but there were no signs of forced entry. Erie County Coroner Lyle Cook performed an autopsy but says there's still uncertainty about how the woman sustained those injuries.
The cause of death has been listed as multiple stab wounds to the left chest. However, I am still pending the manner of death pending further investigation.
The woman's name is not being released at this time. Tenants in a hotel in the same building as a possible nuisance bar say they're being unfairly blamed for the problems there. And this was the scene outside of the Erie View Inn. The first ruling closed the 901 sports bar, then a request by the DA was granted to include the hotel as well. The tenants were given 5 days to move, and that ended Monday. The building manager says his tenants have nowhere to go.
26 rooms. We got 12 tenants right now being evicted. We got babies, grandchildren. We got newborns thrown in the street. They don't care. What kind of city is this?
A hearing that could close the businesses permanently is scheduled for October 15th. Let's turn to some good news now. Hundreds of Erie area organizations reap the benefits of your generosity after Erie Gives breaks a record. Nearly 8,000 people raised close to $4.5 million this year. That's up nearly $32,000 over last year. Donations came in from 41 states and 10 countries. Serve Erie is just one of the nonprofits that received a check today from the Erie Community Foundation's annual fundraising campaign.
This is the economic personification of that human goodwill, and it's always good to see. What we keep our eye on is the amount of donors, even more so than the amount given, because we like to see that collective buy-ins.
Atkinson says the majority of their funds raised will be going towards neighborhood revitalization. Jet 24 Action News is your local election headquarters. 2 congressmen up for re-election come to Erie. They're celebrating the signing of a new law that increases federal funding for career and technical education. Joe McCormick reports.
The Erie County Technical School hosting Congressman Mike Kelly and Glenn Thompson as the pair saw firsthand how the money will be put to use.
We get about $300,000 from the Carl Perkins funding every year. We use it for equipment, but we also use it for instructional support. This is going to provide more opportunity for us to do more of that work.
Thompson co-sponsored the bill passed unanimously in the House earlier this summer and signed by the president last month. The bill overhauls the Carl Perkins Career and Technical Education Act. This is the first major update to the program since 2006.
If we're going to spend taxpayer money, let's invest it where the taxpayers get a great return on, and there's a job there. That's the most important thing. These are all jobs bills that we're talking about.
This was a bipartisan effort. Senator Bob Casey co-authored the Senate version that also passed unanimously. Both sides agree the idea is to fill a void and help people obtain good-paying jobs.
We have a lot of jobs that are open, but we don't have people educated to take them. This is about doing something for people's careers that puts them into things that actually make sense and they can get a job for us.
The new law allows states to set their own goals for career and technical education programs without the Education Secretary's approval. No word on when this new funding will kick in. Jill McCormick, Jet 24 Action News.
And be sure to stay up to date on your local election news at yourerie.com. Starting in October of 2020, if you want to board a domestic flight or enter certain federal buildings, you will need a passport, military ID, or a real ID. Real ID won't be available in Pennsylvania until March, but PennDOT's saying start preparing now. Matt Heckel explains.
Well, PennDOT has an online pre-verification process already set up for them to check to see if they have the documents they need from you already on file. That is the case for 35% of customers. But if you got your first driver's license or ID card before September of 2003, you'll need to bring proof of identity, address, and social security number to a driver's license center starting next month. Then in March, you can opt into the Real ID program. That's when you'll be able to order a Real ID online, paying a one-time $30 fee on top of a $30.50 renewal fee. Now, you won't have to go into a driver's license center, as the ID will be mailed directly to you with an expiration date of 4 years, plus whatever time you have left on your current license. Now, not everyone needs a Real ID. They'll be needed at airports and federal buildings starting in 2020 to help increase national security. PennDOT expects only about 25% of people to get one.
We understand that Real ID can seem confusing, which is why we are working hard to communicate with our customers so that they understand whether the Real ID is right for them and what they need to do to prepare.
And PennDOT is retrofitting 6 driver's license centers and building 5 new ones to allow Real IDs to be obtained over the counter. In Harrisburg, Matt Heckel, Jet 24 Action News.
The Jefferson Educational Society is negotiating a tax deal. It comes after it's reported that the organization owes tens of thousands of dollars back in taxes. The Jefferson is trying to work out a pilot agreement with the city of Erie, but in order for that agreement to go through, 3 entities must approve it. That's including the city of Erie, Erie School District, and Erie County government.
So the Jefferson's a 501c3, and so for tax exemption, the Jefferson is looking at a way that it can still contribute to the community without paying none of its taxes, either by offering some services or partial payment of those taxes actively.
The various programs and services that the Jefferson offers will not be halted due to these active negotiations. And it was a weekend of medical treatment for a group of dogs rescued from a Pittsburgh area puppy mill on Friday. Nearly 100 dogs were sent to shelters, including about 30 to the Anna shelter in Erie. These dogs are German short-hair pointers that have injuries from being in confined spaces. The search is on for people familiar with the breed who understand it. Will take a little bit more time for these dogs to learn how to be dogs.
Some of them had never even been outside or out of their kennels, so they need to learn a lot of that stuff. But it does happen quickly, but we do need people with patience. It's not going to happen overnight.
6 animal groups were asked to help after state troopers served a warrant on the Washington County operation. Now, gas prices are remaining steady, which is good news ahead of the Labor Day holiday. The national average still hovering around $2.82 per gallon. That's according to GasBuddy.com. As expected, though, gas prices are going to head upwards as we get closer to Labor Day, but Gas Buddy says it will only be a modest increase. And another fair kicks off, this time right here in Erie County. The Erie County Fair taking place at the Wattsburg Fairgrounds all week long. The fair providing food, rides, dozens of activities for the whole family to enjoy. Erie County Fair president saying the fair is growing this year with even more vendors.
We'll just need people to support them, you know, because that's what they come for, and that helps them, and helps us, and helps them, everybody, you know.
The fair runs through Saturday, so be sure you check it out. And coming up on Jet 24 Action News at noon, under pressure, President Donald Trump finally makes a statement about the death of Senator John McCain, plus McCain's final words. That's just after Tom's very hot forecast for us. Good afternoon, Tom.
Hello, Ellen. The temperature is close to 90 already, and we could get a little bit warmer as the heat and the haze continue. More details after the break.
From your news leader, you're watching Elena LaQuatra and meteorologist Tom DeVecchio. This is Jet 24 Action News at noon.
I used to drive a Ford, but now I drive a Kia.
It's time for Crazy Nines. Buy a Kia Forte for $13,999 or lease for only $99. $99 a month.
I want to see ya in a Kia.
As the owner of my family's car dealership, I have worked hard to create hundreds of jobs in our community. And when I saw the government wasn't helping us, but hurting us, I took the fight to Washington. I worked to reform our broken tax code for the first time in 30 years and get the government off our backs. And now we're starting to see it pay off. Workers with bigger paychecks and businesses hiring again because Western Pennsylvania is back in business.
Mike Kelly for Congress.
I'm Mike Kelly, and I approve this message.
Get ready for the best deals of the year during the Super Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. The Queen Size Summit is just $179.99, or upgrade to a free adjustable base when you purchase select Tempur-Pedic mattress sets. And choose free Bose noise masking earbuds, a free $300 Furniture Row gift certificate, or a free 50-inch LED TV with any qualifying purchase. Plus, 7 years, no interest. Save big during the Super Labor Day sale only at Denver Mattress. Hurry, sale ends Monday.
We're the Kaczynski-Miller family. We used to have a Honda, now we have a Kia.
You can change too. Lease an all-wheel drive Kia Sorento for only $249 a month with 0 down at Auto Express Superstore.
I want to see ya in a Kia.
Presbyterian SeniorCare NETWORK, making aging easier for you.
You may know us as Elmwood Gardens, Manchester Commons, and Oakwood Heights, but we're also part of Presbyterian SeniorCare NETWORK, the region's largest aging services provider. For the last 90 years, Presbyterian SeniorCare NETWORK has been making aging easier for the lives of older Americans in Western Pennsylvania. Join us as we honor this journey and all of the countless moments that shape each of us. Presbyterian SeniorCare NETWORK, celebrating 90 years of making aging easier. Share the moments with us at srcare.org/moments.
From Jet 24, here's meteorologist Tom DeVecchio, your weather authority.
We got hazy sunshine everywhere, including the Meadville area for this afternoon. The Erie Auto Credit Skycam actually not looking too bad. The haze in the distance thought to be a little bit more with these kind of temperatures and humidity, but we actually got some pretty good visibility here, partly because we have a very good breeze. This isn't stagnant air by any means, and we're getting some good wind here, so that's probably helping to mix the atmosphere and keep the haze from getting too thick. But we are certainly getting those warm temperatures for this afternoon. And we have some pollens out there as well. Weed pollen, mold spores, both on the high side, according to Dr. Gallagher, as we head on into the afternoon. We thank him for that report. It's a warm one, 90 already in Fairview. Most of the weather watchers, though, in the lower to mid-80s. 88 reported by LaRue there in Greenfield Township, 86 at Venango Township, and we have French Creek, 82, 81 for Joe at Northeast. Out toward Corey, Liz reporting 86, and we have 84 in Summit. Judy with that temperature. Niagara, Dr. Tom, a little wind off the lake there, so a little cooler at 82, and it'll probably stay in the mid-80s along the lake shore. Question is, will it get to the airport and keep us below 90? We'll see. I'm doubtful. I think we'll break 90 anyway. Plummer Bill has 82 right now. Westmead, Ed, a warm, humid 86, but breezy. Most of the weather watchers are pointing to pretty good breeze and pretty solid lower to mid-80s through Crawford and Warren counties. Now, dew points actually a little lower than yesterday. They're in the mid-70s yesterday. Low 70s today. That's still very muggy out there as we get into the afternoon hours. And even with the breeze, be careful as you do your outdoor planning for the day. Now, satellite radar, we're watching this band of some showers moving into Ontario, but as expected, they're weakening as they're bumping into the ridge here, which is established from Virginia all the way into Pennsylvania. Now, we're getting some of those pop-up cumulus clouds, and we can't rule out maybe a few of those popping a little higher and allowing for some isolated storms. And we have a little batch of clouds moving through Erie here. Watch as it comes on down. That's actually kind of what we call pressure wave coming off the main bands here. That could also maybe initiate a few storms away from the lakeshore over the next hour or so. But for the most part, we aren't looking at a whole lot in the way of precipitation for the day. High pressure will keep things warm and muggy again for tonight. The big question is, how much will it weaken tomorrow to allow this frontal system to come on by? Now, the front itself is expected to pass through. We've had varying times here. It looks a little later in the day now. And that could lead to some stronger storms for late afternoon into early evening. As it continues to move through, high pressure will bring in some drier air for Thursday and into Friday. But we're looking at some milder air, warm air for the weekend. So hazy sun, hot and humid, breezy here along the lake shore. Temperatures will be in the lower 90s. Record high is 93. We'll see if we can limit that lake breeze. We just might hit it. Hazy sun, humid on the inland side, upper 80s to lower 90s. In the Chautauqua-Legain area, too, upper 80s to lower 90s, warm and humid. Muggy for tonight, 75 at best in Erie. May not fall below 80 again. Warm and humid tomorrow. Some afternoon storms developing. Some of them could be on the strong side with some good downpours as well. A few showers around Thursday morning, then more sun for the afternoon. 75 might be a bit optimistic. Could be a little bit cooler than that. 77 on Friday. Back to the 80s for the holiday weekend. Saturday looks good. Could see some scattered showers and storms Sunday and Monday. We'll try to time it better over the next day or two. Updates of that forecast can be found anytime. Check out our website, yourerie.com.
Well, best of luck staying cool out there today.
Yeah, it is. The breeze will help, but it's still hot.
Still very hot. Coming up on Jet 24, Action News at noon, condolences continue across the country as leaders praise the legacy of war hero and Senator John McCain. Stay with us.
What's the best-selling SUV in America? It's the Nissan Rogue. Right now, get $5,000 off its MSRP. The Rogue has standard features such as zero-gravity seats, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and rear cross-traffic alert. The 2018 Rogue and Rogue Sport are also available at 0% financing for 60 months. Stop in and meet the Rogue family at Interstate Nissan, 1.5 miles south of I-90 on Peachtree.
A little farther.
Okay.
And down. Man, this thing is heavy.
My arms feel like noodles.
Could have done it without you, Gus.
Happy to help.
Hey guys, these might brighten your day.
Ah, Neon, the new
scratch-off from the Pennsylvania lottery.
With top prizes of $100 grand.
So, what should we tackle next?
Maybe another one of those.
Now that's a box I could handle. Keep on scratching.
The Pennsylvania Cyber Charter School, where a tuition-free public school serves students in kindergarten through 12th grade online, where kids and families connect and learn with Pennsylvania certified teachers, where a dynamic curriculum aligned to state standards makes learning relevant, rigorous, and engaging. PA Cyber, where the learning never stops. For more information, visit pacyber.org.
Insurance isn't something you want to think about. Your home, vehicles, and investments are as important to me as they are to you. Thank you for voting us Erie's #1 choice in the insurance category.
Time now to take a look at this afternoon's market numbers. At noon, the markets are mixed. The Dow making a move to the upside by 28 points. The Nasdaq gaining just over 4, and the S&P 500 just slightly down by 3 cents. President Trump finally reacts after facing pressure to release a statement and lower the flag to half-staff to honor Senator John McCain. Trump reportedly resisted doing more throughout Monday, despite urging from several senior staffers. President Trump finally addressing the death of John McCain on camera after choosing to ignore multiple opportunities to comment about the late senator. Under enormous pressure, the president ordered the flag to be lowered to half-staff after the American Legion released a pointed statement urging the president to do more to honor McCain.
Our hearts and prayers are going to the family of Senator John McCain. We very much appreciate everything that Senator McCain has done for our country.
Back in Phoenix, McCain's final message for the American people, read aloud by his longtime aide, Rick Davis.
In our greatness, when we confuse our patriotism with tribal rivalries that have sown resentment and hatred and violence in all the corners of the globe. We weaken it when we hide behind walls rather than tear them down, when we doubt the power of our ideals rather than trust them to be the great force for change they have always been. Do not despair of our present difficulties. We believe always in the promise and greatness of America, because nothing is inevitable here. Americans never quit. We never surrender. We never hide from history. We make history. Farewell, fellow Americans. God bless you, and God bless America.
One of those people who consider Senator McCain a personal friend is former Pennsylvania Governor Tom Ridge, who began his political career here in Erie. Ridge campaigned with McCain in 2008 and was considered a contender for vice president as McCain worked to gain the advantage in the swing state. Ridge remembers his friend as a man who would not be defeated, regardless of what the opponent he had faced.
John McCain was not born to be defeated by captors, by politicians, or cancer. His will is too strong. It's indomitable. It's relentless. It's John.
Ridge says that McCain's life of service is something that should be respected and admired by all Americans, regardless of political party. Coming up on Jet 24 Action News at noon, this week's Good Kid is going above and beyond to help her grandmother as she recovers from rotator cuff surgery. I'll introduce you to Sophia.
World-class heart care is closer than you think.
My heart was failing. No one else could figure out what was wrong with me. And Cleveland Clinic is the one that saved my life.
When you choose Cleveland Clinic, you'll get the nation's #1 heart program 24 years in a row.
Meeting the surgeon, understanding everything that was going to happen was a tremendous stress relief.
You'll have a team specialized in the most complex heart cases with an unparalleled record of successful treatments and access to the most advanced heart technology.
It's wonderful that Cleveland Clinic is on the cutting edge of all this. They're there to find the problem and to fix it so that you have a quality of life again.
If you or a loved one have a heart condition or need a second opinion, call us today, 833-217-2462. Cleveland Clinic. Every life deserves world-class care.
education is the key to ending poverty. And we know that when Erie kids are well rested, they're far more likely to succeed in school, and therefore in life. That's why we're on a mission to help kids get a good night's sleep. We're on a mission to crush poverty.
Pinpoint Doppler with constant radar sweep. Current weather conditions 24/7 on YourErie.com. Click on the temperature tab on any page. Sponsored by Gannon University.
Good Kids is brought to you by Superstore Joe at Auto Express Kia.
I used to drive a Ford, but now I drive a Kia.
It's time for Crazy Nines. Buy a Kia Forte for $13,999 or lease for only $99. $99 a month.
I want to see ya in a Kia.
We're the Kaczewski Miller family. We used to have a Honda, and now we have a Kia.
You can change too. Lease an all-wheel drive Kia Sorento for only $249 a month with zero down at Auto Express Superstore.
I want to see ya in a Kia.
This week's Good Kid spent her summer hanging out with her best friend, and that person happens to be her grandmother, who is in need of a helping hand. Meet Sophia.
I absolutely love helping people, so I'm always just one call away.
A motto 17-year-old Sophia Plyler truly lives by.
She's been a godsend. She's just a wonderful child.
Sophia's grandmother, or Busha, as they call her, had a rotator cuff surgery about 2 months ago. Though Sophia lives on the other side of town, she's given up the better part of her summer to help Busha out with anything she needs.
She really appreciates it, which makes me feel better and just makes me feel good.
From cooking for Busha, helping her get dressed, cleaning her home, even just hanging out. There's nothing Sophia won't help out with. Sophia and Busha even make one another laugh.
That's 5.
That's 1.
6.
2.
Through her daily physical
5.
therapy exercises.
8.
6. Wait, you got me all off.
I'm done then. Never complains, never says, just, what can I do for you? And I'll tell her, I'm sorry, I'm asking you. And she'll say, no, you don't have to say you're sorry.
Sophia says there's no other way she'd rather spend her summer than with her mom and Busha, her 2 best friends.
Not guaranteed a tomorrow, and you're not guaranteed a tomorrow with your friends or your family, and it's just good to take one day at a time and spend every minute with the people you love. Don't cry.
Taking a picture.
If you know a good kid like Sophia, send us a nomination at YourErie.com. We'll be right back.
Confused? That's how many people feel after they're hurt in an accident. What should you tell the insurance company? What should you sign? Let us handle the hassles and paperwork so you can focus on getting better. For a free consultation, call 1-800-9-4-EDGAR.
Come watch Erie County's only harness racing experience at the Erie County Fairgrounds at Wattsburg, August 28th and 29th at 11 a.m. Admission is free. Don't miss the Horse and Rider Obstacle Challenge September 1st at 3 p.m. The full schedule of events is at WattsburgFair.com.
Get ready for the best deals of the year during the Super Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. The Queen Size Summit is just $179.99, or upgrade to a free adjustable base when you purchase select Tempur-Pedic mattress sets. And choose free Bose noise masking earbuds, a free $300 Furniture Row gift certificate, or a free 50-inch LED TV with any qualifying purchase. Plus, 7 years, no interest. Save big during the Super Labor Day sale only at Denver Mattress. Hurry, sale ends Monday.
Angry? That's how many people feel after they're hurt in an accident. Don't assume the insurance company will take care of you. Remember, the insurance company is not your friend. We can protect your rights. For a free consultation, call 1-800-9-4-EDGAR.
Well, you may know it as a simple rum and coke, but an event in Cuba celebrates the cocktail in a big way.
Dozens of bartenders from the Americas gathered in Havana to create a giant Cuba Libre. The giant drink-making the event starts the 22nd Pan American Cocktail Championships and pays homage to one of the most famous drinks in the world.
Bartenders from Cuba, as well as those from other countries, assisted in making this giant cocktail. The question remains, who drank this massive drink?
Somebody did.
Someone. They got
Probably
pretty
the whole
drunk, I
people
assume.
there. Yeah, very much so. Hey, temperatures dropped down to 84 at the airport. The lake breeze may keep us from breaking the record. We'll wait and see, though. Otherwise, a lot of heat for today. Storms in the afternoon tomorrow.
That's all we have for you for now. Have a great day.
Take care.